Hey, what's going on, Z Nation, and welcome to the Lakers post-game show. I am your host, Zaid, here on ZSPN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Lakers versus the Spurs tonight. This is another run for the Lakers to play against the San Antonio Spurs, only this time they played them at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. But unfortunately for the Lakers, they did not get a win against the San Antonio Spurs this time around. There was some issues that went down when it came to some players not stepping up, and it was just not really the Lakers' night, in my opinion. I'll give you guys my thoughts and my opinions about the results of tonight's game, and the Lakers in general, and what's the expectations again for the Lakers. Going into Friday when they play against the Chicago Bulls on Friday. So I'll give you guys my thoughts and my opinions about tonight's game. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. So, guys, as a result of tonight's game, the Lakers come out with a loss due to some of the players from the Spurs. They came to play, including LaMarcus Aldridge, who, played against the Lakers this time around. I believe last week, the Lakers, when it came to them playing back-to-back games in San Antonio against the against the Spurs, they beat them twice. Playing them back to back in San Antonio, but they were without LaMarcus Aldridge. So it was one of those type of games where the Spurs, they wanted to get another win. They wanted to get a win over the Los Angeles Lakers this time in their home court. So. It was kind of like a revenge game type of scenario for the Spurs, and the Lakers, on the other hand, just did not step up whatsoever when it came to them. They had an opportunity. I mean, when it came to the end of the third quarter, I mean, they were pretty close. I think they were down like maybe 2 or 4 points at the end of the game, but when it came to the fourth quarter, it just really gotten away from them. And LeBron and Anthony Davis, they were the top players that really stepped up for the Los Angeles Lakers. I believe LeBron James, he had 27 points and 10 assists out there tonight. And I believe Anthony Davis, he had 23 and 10 rebounds. So their ability to play in this particular game was sensational. I mean, they really were the top players that really contribute in this particular game. But when it came to the rest of the Lakers squad, I mean, Kyle Kuzma, he had 13 points and 10 rebounds. I mean, not bad, but it just wasn't really enough for the Lakers to take a win over the San Antonio Spurs. And when it's all said and done, I mean, there were some players, Dennis Schroeder, it just wasn't his night. Wasn't his night out there tonight. I think he went 3 of 11 from the field, and I believe he only scored 6 points out there. So it wasn't really his best night out there for the Los Angeles Lakers. Knowing Dennis Schroeder, he will bounce back and give his better performances than we used to seeing him. So. It just wasn't his night. He had an off night. I'm not going to really give him a lot of criticisms. The only criticisms I really want to give is the rest of the Lakers squad, including the bench role. The bench did not step up for the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, let's just be honest here. I mean, yeah, we can give credit stat-wise from Montrezl Harrell, who had 10 points. And I believe there was another player who scored 10 points, or maybe I'll think about somebody else, but the bench in general, they didn't really. It was THT, Tatum Horton Tucker. He scored 10 points for the Los Angeles Lakers off the bench, and I believe the return of Alex Caruso was a big big moment for Laker fans to witness. But he had 8 points. He did contribute to the Lakers game, but it just wasn't enough. I mean, I don't know. There's just something about tonight's game. It was just not. It was just not the Lakers' night. They did not step up whatsoever, especially the bench role. They just did not step up whatsoever. When it's all said and done, I mean, I said this in my last video. When it came down to it, you should not always rely on the superstars of your team to always dominate games. They need help at times. And when this particular game, it just wasn't the case. And, I just really hope that, when it's all said and done, some of the players on the Los Angeles Lakers, they just need to step up their role. This is a whole team effort when it comes to beating any sort of team that comes their way. And I really believe that the San Antonio Spurs was supposed to be an easy win for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I know because of the circumstances, because of last time the Lakers beat the San Antonio Spurs back-to-back games in San Antonio, that it was, ironically, it would have been an easy win. But I think because of the return of LaMarcus Aldridge on that team, is just a kind of, were kind of a difficult opportunity for the Lakers to have the ability to, go out there and just get a win over the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, but out there was a lot of defense that the Spurs were giving to the Lakers, and sadly for the Lakers, we did not see a lot of shooting effort from the Lakers, and including defensively as well. So there was a lot of rebounding. I mean, there's nothing to waver about that. But honestly, it's just one of those type of games where I can honestly say it was not the Lakers' night, and I know that they will step up in the next game because they will be playing against the Chicago Bulls. So I kind of see that the Lakers will get a win against the Bulls tomorrow on Friday around 8. So it will be a very interesting game to watch. Hopefully they come out with a win on Friday. I think they will, but crossing our fingers, hopefully they do so. So yeah, guys, that's all I really have to say. I mean, usually when it comes to videos like this, I like to give more credit to some players. But overall, really, like I said, the only players that really stepped up, we can give credit to Kyle Kuzma rebounding wise. But honestly, for the rest of the Lakers squad, it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just off night or something that they're dealing with. It's just wasn't their ability to go out there and give all their best, when it comes to, beating the Spurs. But unfortunately, it's just, again, it just wasn't the Lakers' night. So hopefully they'll bounce back. I know they will. So as of right now, the record for the Los Angeles Lakers, they are 6-3 into the season now. I believe now it's I believe they have one more game to make it 10 games into the season. So that's tomorrow. So, so far, I'll give you guys my thoughts and my opinions about the results for the Lakers so far, what we've been seeing since they're going into their 10th game into the season. So usually I like to give my thoughts and my opinions about the overall process of the Los Angeles Lakers and the expectations of them moving forward into the 2020 and 2021 season. So it's just one of those type of analysis that I like to bring up. And if there is some issues that you guys think that the Lakers need to fix when it comes to the team moving forward for a potential championship, I really want to know your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Guys, please give me your thoughts about the Lakers game against the San Antonio Spurs. Do you agree with all my analysis, or do you think I was missing something that I probably missed talking about? And please give me your thoughts about certain players that possibly stepped up their role. I mean, me personally, I think it was just LeBron and Anthony Davis. Give some credit to Kyle Kuzma, maybe a little bit from Montrezl Harrell and THT, but overall, when it comes to the rest of the Lakers squad, I mean, some of them just weren't in their mindset going into this game to just take this win over the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, they had a very good, talented team for them to take this win away, but it just wasn't the case in this particular round for the Lakers to beat the Spurs again, but only this time at the Staples Center. So, hopefully, like I said, the Lakers will bounce back and things will turn out for the better. Good for the better for the Los Angeles Lakers moving forward. So, guys, please comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.